Hey there, everybody. Welcome to ELEX Part 29. I don't do tips, tricks, guides, walkthroughs, speedruns, 100%, or trophies. Play games for fun with the sole goal in mind to evade your phones and homes on big screens, little screens, and all the screens in betweens that hit you with a blast from the past, a wave of nostalgia. As we find ourselves lazing down this lazy river we call life. Hopefully, so you put these videos on in the background to help us travel back to a period of time in the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s even. When you go over to a buddy's place after school or work, where you drop your pack, you drop your gear, and drop your butt in a chair, anywhere. Because we're here to play good games, we're here to play bad games, but most importantly, we're here to hang out. Because life can kind of get in the way, kicks you in the teeth sometimes. It's hard to organize couch co-op events, like back then when you playing games with people meant literally being in the same room with them. So I hope these videos, by you inviting me into your home and I inviting you into mine, come together and share playing some of these games together. Figuratively speaking. If it makes you feel better, pick up a controller nearby and pretend to play along. Sit back and relax, and thanks for joining me. I do want to give a special thank you, though, also to my subscribers, because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be doing these videos, especially at the frequency in which I do them. And because of that, I promise y'all that as long as one of you sticks around, I'm going to keep doing these videos. Yes, sirree, Bob. So thank you. You can drive by Rubneck and Beers, howdy. Stay a while and listen. Oof. Rough. Rough. Rough the crime dog. Who was it? It was the owl. Smokey the bear. He had an owl too. I can't remember. The owl's like Hootie, probably. Probably something like that. Hootie the owl. What happened to mascots? They used to be everywhere. Animated and all that jazz. Alright, so we got a new companion, Kaja, and we're finally going to go back into the Dome City and start doing stuff here. So,
that wasn't luck, that was pure.
there was someone back there, I remember, but
You were lucky. Yeah, well.
You can forget it, Brabeck. I serve everyone here.
Save yourself some work and some pain by doing what I say. Let those assholes drink piss from the gutters, and you keep your supplies for the real people.
What do you care who I serve? I still serve you even though the other people complain about it.
So you are taking their side, are you?
I'm on nobody's side. I'm just getting on with my job.
You had better reconsider this.
Reconsider what? One wrong word and the clerics will throw you out of the city.
he's right, they
Do us
will.
both a favor and calm the hell down.
This isn't over. I will come back.
When you do, make sure you bring some shards. I'm sick of giving credit and I need to change, all right?
Double barrel shotgun. It's forbidden. Can we sneak it from right out underneath him? That'd be interesting.
You damn thief.
Better put that weapon away.
Okay, we won't steal them.
Don't think that you can steal anything.
Nothing. Nothing. Just looking.
I'm watching.
Yeah, apparently everybody's watching me. No, the bane of my existence again. Chairs. I want to sit with you. Take your mug for you, sir. How about that for a video game? We just run a post-apocalyptic tavern. Or bar. Someone's got to do that. Why is it so dark in these rooms? I mean, no one's up here to watch me take this stuff, so might as well, right? Bach. Bach. Bach, Bach, Bach. My favorite composer. Oh, you can put the in. Well, it's different. You just go right through your shorts, huh? Wait, can I just take that?
What do you want?
No, nothing. Wait, weren't you just over there? What the hell is going on? Alright. Enough messing around. Wow, there's a big people just meeting up here. Big ass pumpkins too. I think this is the guy we're supposed to help get out. Well, not this guy. This is a beggar. Let's go into the interaction.
Tell me about the city.
Right, well, where to start? First off, a lot of people are avoiding the north of the city. This place always has something going on, but right now, there's really something brewing. That means the north isn't exactly welcoming unless you're a thug. The western section's safer. You're okay there as long as you don't break the law or look funny or say something the clerics don't like. The southern part, well, that is really quiet. Nothing really happens there. But wherever you are, you should know the clerics are watching. Alois, he runs this place and he hates thieves and beggars and trouble causers and pretty much anyone. He thinks he's God's messenger or something, and that means he's got one big old stick up his ass. So don't piss him off. If you ignore anything else, don't ignore that advice. Don't piss off the clerics. There now, you are fully informed. 1 shard, 2 shards.
I would have given them shards. I'm gonna take a lamp though, since I can't give you shards. Least I can do. Because I'm a nice guy like that. There's not even like a nail, he's just hitting it. It's what we do for fun around here.
Yeah, she said she saw him there, right in front of her.
Not again.
It isn't worth thinking about.
Dancers, but who knows?
Oh, really?
There's nowhere near enough ELEX out there for that.
I didn't do anything. What do you want with me this time?
Absolutely nothing.
Don't tell me nothing. I don't believe that. Not for a second. You clerics act like the
Oh,
city
because I'm
belongs to
dressed
you.
like a cleric.
Screw
Because I am a
you,
cleric.
Screw your faction. Screw all the factions. Take me to your damn suggesters or leave me alone.
What is it that you're planning?
What's that got to do with you? You expect me to trust you just like that?
Hunter sent me.
Why didn't he come himself?
He was afraid he wouldn't be let out of the city again if he was caught.
You mean he was afraid the same thing would happen to him that happened to me? Fuck it. At least the suggesters haven't found me yet. Did Hunter give you something for me?
Yes, I have something for you.
Thanks. I was starting to think that I would never leave this stinking cleric-infested dome. I don't know if Hunter promised you a reward, but here's something for me in any case. You've helped a good cause. Trust me.
Have I?
You couldn't pin anything on me. Nope.
Well, now I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to pick that. I was just doing this to get the extra credits. Or experience, but now I'm gonna have to probably do more research and talk to people to figure out what the hell's going on. The Abessa conflict? Completely in the dark.
You think you can get a hold of it, so you came through for Cooper?
Yes.
Then it seems we can rely on you, and a good job is rewarded. That's how we do things in Tavar.
Now he's out. How are you going to get into the city?
Well, I was hoping Cooper was gonna sort that from the inside. No dice. So, we're gonna have to wait for something to change in there. Something's cooking for sure. So we've just got to hope it comes to the boil soon. It's not like we can go back to Tavar. The Duke's never been keen on Baxter's old boys. So we're going to risk staying here a bit longer and hope the Alps don't march through here.
All that technology.
I feel
and yet
really
they
bad
built
about
such
it.
ugly buildings.
Get something to drink first.
I've got a message for you from Gustav, the guard on the gate.
What does that tool want? Can't imagine he's opening the gate for us.
He wants all of you to leave. Now.
If he wants that, then he can come and tell us himself. His power ends at the gate to the city. We're going nowhere. You tell him that.
What do I get for running your errand?
A cleric that understands profit. Well, if Gustav has decided he wants us dead, then he's too much of a danger. He's not gonna leave us alone until he's dead himself. It seems you can get close to him. So I want you to persuade him to come out here. Say you need help or something. I want to see that asshole's eyes when he dies. Bring him here, and you can have the shards he promised you, plus a sweetener on top from me for your help. How's that for profit?
You have a deal. I'll bring him here.
It might even give us a way in if he's not on the gate anymore.
She likes that?
Maybe not. But it'll be one less cleric. Either way, bring Gustav to us, and we'll take care of him. He's the main thing we need to deal with.
Okay, I'll do it.
You did well.
I did well. I don't even know where this is going, but I was just doing it for experience. We're definitely going to be reloading because I need to get a better pulse on what's actually going on here. Gregor doesn't care. I'm going to send Gustav to his death, apparently.
You mean the threat on our doorstep? The canker in our midst? They who should disappear?
There are too many outlaws at the farm. I need your help.
Very well. But I'll only pay half. I'm risking my life and my job coming to help you. Okay? Just wait a moment. I have to find a replacement at the gate. It can't go unguarded after all. I'll be right back. Yes. Let's go and take care of these outlaws.
Okay. What are they doing? They're doing this last time too. I don't think they know what they're doing. Can't we just talk this out, people?
Someone hears that.
Asshole!
Let's do this.
Oh, Hunter was mixed in there, huh? Okay, we're reloading. Back to before we give this guy the card, because I ain't choosing no side. Honey boy, don't play that game.
They say that, but you know.
Until I find out what the hell's going on here.
I stop listening whenever she opens her mouth. What do we have here? Fresh meat?
Ah, the butcher.
Did you call us? Don't worry, I'm not looking at you. How did you get the guard to let you into the dome? Preferential treatment, I bet, seeing as you're a cleric. However you got in, you're going to find it even harder to get out. The clerics are a little jumpy at the moment.
Oh, really? I can just
You might
walk
say
in and out.
paranoid. So, when they do let someone in, it does make me wonder who they are and why the clerics thought letting them in was a good idea.
If it's so hard to get in, what are you doing here?
I got in before things got so paranoid. And I came here for profit, of course. Lots of nervous people close to the Alps tend to be willing to invest shards in their safety, you see. And getting hold of supplies is hard out here. So, if you can get them, you can sell them for a high price. Well, that was the plan. Now, the clerics have stopped me trading and cut off all the supplies.
And you just let them do that?
Of course I didn't let them. But getting around their ban isn't simple. It's impossible to get by the guards without an ID card. And they took mine from me as part of their crackdown. Now they say I'm causing trouble. But what else is a businesswoman supposed to do when she has her business taken from her?
About your trade ban.
Yeah, don't tell me. Trading weapons can pose a danger to the community. But this is about self-defense. The only person who can stop a person with a gun is a person with an even bigger gun.
I mean...
Am I right? I mean, what? Are we supposed to throw rocks
Logic
at
dictates
cows when
it
they
follows.
do? But the clerics
Especially in
want to keep all the guns for
Magalan,
themselves and screw the rest of us. They call
where
it
the biggest gun
neutrality,
is the
but
plasma
they say
rifle,
it's oppression.
ranked up to 3.
Sounds like you could use some help.
Yes. Yes, I could. Still, let's say he's right. And that I could get a hold of supplies. Not from Tavar, obviously. They've blocked that route. Let's say I could get some weapons from these separatists, for example. Let's say they have weapons and need shards. And that they also have the business acumen of a stunned troll, so they need a salesperson. Me, for example. What if I was to say that? And what if I was to say that I have to find someone who could enter and leave this city freely? If I was to say that, then what would you say?
Do you really think you can trust the Separatists?
Spoken like a true cleric. Can't you see I'm a victim here? This city is supposed to be neutral, not an enclave of the Horde. So, where's the neutrality if only one side has guns? So if you blab, what have I lost? Nothing. And without any guns to show, it's just your word against mine. And even Alois isn't going to see that as justice.
I could help you get your weapons.
You? A cleric? Well, need makes strange beds.
So weird. Just because I've
You'll have to show me
got
that
the
I can
armor.
trust you. How about you give me a down payment, a sort of security deposit, and I'll go with that. Don't worry. You'll get enough back as payment if you complete the deal to offset your deposit.
How much are you asking?
You can trust me.
Pay me, and I will.
You suggestion.
You don't need a payment. You will just trust me.
Right. Trust you. Sure.
Oh, this is awesome.
Now that I think about it, you do look trustworthy. So, this is what you need to do. Leave the city and find a separatist called Radok. I think he's a separatist. But whatever he is, he's a mad
Radok.
fucker.
I don't think we ran into
Most
Radok.
of what he says. But he has the weapons and he likes trade. I think he likes trade. It's hard to tell. He wants to sell the weapons, but you'll have to work on him, okay? He won't just hand them over.
Where can I find Radok?
Up in the Highlands. When we last spoke, he told me he was going to head over to the northeast. He mentioned an abandoned wind turbine. With luck, he'll still be out there.
Ooh, hopefully he's not one I accidentally murdered. Alright, I guess we'll do this and just pick up quests for now. Would be a good way to figure out what's actually going on in this city. Apparently there's multiple sides.
Too easy.
Please let me grab it. Okay. I don't want to press my luck.
Another time, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Well then.
So, you come here from Goliath?
Goliath? No.
Ah, you're all right.
Oh, Daryl. He wants me to do something with someone. Lutz, I think it said.
I've heard a lot about that. I'm not sure I believe it.
Yes,
Hey,
you can say that,
you-
but we need
Hey.
more food first.
It's you.
Yes, Frank. It's me, Jax.
I heard
He
they
doesn't
shot
look
you
too
dead,
good.
that you were dead. Apparently that was wrong.
Yes, shooting me down was wrong.
Does that mean you're a separatist now? Will you stay here and support our cause? I'm sure you would be very welcome.
What cause?
We've broken free from Zakor, from being slaves to ELEX. And we've worked, persuaded people to allow us into the city. And now we're here, we are working to be allowed to stay. Would you be willing to help us?
I will give you my support.
Good. We have to stick together. People blame us for this war, even though we left Zakor to escape it. They will doubt us until the day peace begins. I mean, they don't even trust each other. Among all these warring people, all these different agendas, we, you and I, share a similar destiny. It's the only way anyone will survive.
What goods have you got? It seems like you're tolerated here in the city.
That is exactly what we are. Tolerated. we are still a long way from being accepted.
If you still take ELEX, can you ever really be free?
You're a mana
Still
junkie.
mistrust. But if you don't give us a chance to prove ourselves, then how can this war ever end? And that is what I see in this city. A chance to prove ourselves. This city is a place of freedom, but all the old suspicions remain. The outlaws claim they are being oppressed. The clerics say they are neutral, but they aren't. The berserkers, they don't seem to know what they're doing, apart from avoiding their laws. We are trying to discover who we are. I think people see that we are all here for a new start.
Do you need help?
It is good that you offer to help us. The berserkers are already trying to get us thrown out of the city. We need the protection offered by this place. We won't survive without it. We've persuaded people here that we are worth a chance. But there will always be those who won't see it that way. And the Albs and Zakor want us dead. If we're to stay, we need someone to get to Caleb and York. They are key to our future.
About the threat of you being thrown out of the city. What is the problem with Caleb and York?
York is a berserker. He's accused us of spying for the Albs and Zakor. He claims he saw us handing over information about the shield generators. It's completely illogical. We are the ones with the most to lose if Zakor captures this city. But the free people are prisoners to emotion. It makes them doubt logic. They have already thrown one of our group out of the city. Now they are threatening the rest of us with the same fate. We are no friends of the Albs and Zakor. They would see us dead. We want this to be our home now. We need the free people to understand this.
I will help you.
Good. That is the response I wanted. It is best if you go straight to York. Caleb is already attempting further arguments to ensure our expulsion. But it is York's statement that has put us in danger. That lie underpins Caleb's argument against us. If
All right.
people believe
Talk to York.
we are
Got it.
working with the enemy, we will be exiled from the city and left to die. But if York confesses his lie, then Caleb would no longer have the proof he claims. They would have no reason to expel us.
What do you want from me, cleric? To drive me off? Or maybe even have me killed? You don't scare me. Your people are a plague upon this land. Although, there is something different about you. Do you usually spend time with people like us?
I was an Alb myself once.
Yes. You stopped taking ELEX. That is rare, which makes me question how you did it. May logic guide you.
Okay.
Not now.
My word. Nooks and crannies and everything in between. A lot of places to go. But again, one of the big criticisms, there's no real like city map, so I have no idea the best way to navigate this. Oh, did we get somewhere we shouldn't be? Or somewhere we should definitely be? Oh, heck yeah. free stuff. It's like an armory. Hey, how you guys doing?
I'm watching you.
Oh, I would hope so.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Just looking.
What? Who's there? Curiosity can get you killed.
Smart to see.
You have a few more seconds. About time.
Alright, so this is the compound. For the clerics. We will be coming back here because I'm kind of curious.
There are too many dead already.
They say the raptors are pretty fierce. Welcome. Hey, how come I haven't seen you here before? I thought I knew all of the clerics in the vessel.
I haven't been here.
Same with me. I haven't been with the clerics for long. I have been a member of almost all of the factions, except the elves. And I hope I don't get captured and turned into one of those emotionless husks.
What do you mean you tried all of the factions?
That's a long story. If you're really interested in my tale, then I will tell you, of course. I'd be happy to hear her story. Maybe there are
Oh
lessons
god.
for us.
Fine, we'll listen to your story.
Tell me your story. How did you end up joining the clerics?
Right, I'll give you the full version. Well, the short version of the full version.
Just get on with it.
Okay, I'll try to keep it short. So, I grew up in Goliath in the Down. My father and mother were both born berserkers, and so that meant I was too. Back then, the Jar ruled over Goliath. As a child, I had no interest in the laws, of course. But when I was about 12 years old, one of the warlords came to our home. He took my parents, and I was left on my own to survive in the city. I remember him. I remember my parents leaving. And I remember me screaming. But everything else is gone. It's just a blur.
What happened to your parents?
Well, what else? They were exiled. Nobody ever told me why they were exiled.
That guy's like, oh, Vivian's telling her story again.
Even today, I hate the berserker laws. Nothing against the berserkers.
I don't think he's using that wrench right.
It's the laws I hate. I think what the berserkers want to do with Magalan is right. But I can never forgive them for what they did to my parents. Why was I punished for whatever my parents did? Why wasn't I told what had happened? I swore never to return, and I haven't set foot in the down again.
Where did you go?
Tavar?
I needed to survive. That meant running from Reavers.
And she joined up with the Outlaws, and then she left the Outlaws, and
Reavers to take me captive. And then, I don't want to talk about that. I was lucky though. After several years, the Reavers were attacked by some of the Duke's outlaws, and they took me back to Tavar. I learned how to fight, how to live off scrap. Life wasn't much different from Edan, but there wasn't the same raptorship, the laws. You could be who you were, and no one judged you.
Then why didn't you remain with the Outlaws?
Because the Reavers who'd taken me captive came to the fort and wanted to speak to the Duke. I think they wanted to take me back. I fled when they saw me. I didn't want to be taken back, or for them to kill me to hide their crime. When I left the fort, I ran into a cleric patrol. They convinced me to go to the Hort with them. Not that I really needed that much convincing. All those hours taking scrap apart and putting it back together in Tavar really paid off then. The clerics recognized that I was good with technology. So, I've been working on mechs and AI systems since then. Building things. Trusted. Part of a team. And it's easier being with mechs. They don't judge anyone. They treat everyone the same. Like this place. I know it's not perfect. But outlaws, berserkers, clerics, even elves are seen as people. At least that's the vision. Not always the way it happens. That's another reason to maintain these mechs. To protect what we have here. Well, I hope you find your place in the world. It's good when you do.
that is a rusty-ass mech.
What are you doing here, Professor?
I take care of the mechs and drones here in the city, which means I coordinate and plan their maintenance and upgrades. When I'm lucky, I get to roll up my sleeves and do some of the actual maintenance, which I'm having to do quite a lot with all the technicians we're missing. Say, are you good with technology?
I know the basics.
Unfortunately, that wouldn't be enough, I'm afraid. We don't really have time to train people on the job. Not if they're not going to stay here for good. And you don't look the type for that. On the other hand, if you're looking for some...
No. No, I want to make that skill check. Okay. It all saved there, thankfully. So, how do I do the skill check? What do I have here under crafting I might need? Nothing. Alright, so we'll do this. My combat's 10.
After a long time ago. Conversation, politics, they're just distractions.
We have a big ELEX to drink also. Yep, extra skill point. Now we can talk to her. Death the Roombas. Alright. Is this where they all come asleep? Looks like it.
Hey, you.
Let me guess. I'm not allowed into the upper quarter?
What? No, everyone's allowed to move about freely here. I just have a question for you. You got here recently, right? I just want to know what things are like outside the dome. What's going on up there? Are the Albs attacking?
There are raids, but there have been no major assaults recently.
I'm sure that's just the calm before the storm. I just hope the dome holds. There's a lot of people depending on this dome of mine, so they pass us by like a river around a rock. Kalan gave us the knowledge, and now look what we've achieved. A safe harbor for all people. The clerics and Ignidon say we've strayed. I say we've found the true path.
You built the dome?
I designed the plans for it.
We all built it together.
My name is Eric, by the way. Chief engineer here in the dome. I'm in charge of all the generators and technicians who oversee them.
Why don't we have a dome like this in the Horde?
The dome requires immense amounts of energy, and the fluctuations in it have to be constantly balanced. The technology is complex. That means there's no way to cover the Horde with a shield like this. Besides, the cliffs around Horde give it a natural protection.
Can this dome survive an Alb attack?
Of course. Why do you think we built it? As long as we can maintain a constant energy flow, then they can't get in. Unfortunately, achieving that isn't so easy. Some of the energy regulators are starting to malfunction again.
I can repair the energy regulators for you.
Thanks for the offer, but that's not necessary. I've already repaired the components. They just haven't all been installed yet.
About the broken energy regulators. What will happen if they aren't repaired?
If just one regulator fails, it could mean an emergency shutdown for the dome. Otherwise, the discharge it would create could kill a whole lot of the people the shield is supposed to be protecting. But whether it's a discharge or an emergency shutdown, both scenarios would see us defenseless.
How many energy regulators are broken?
Well, all of them. I've sorted replacements where I can, but Lutz hasn't received his yet.
I will help you with the energy regulators.
I mean, he offered,
I wanted to do it myself, but do you really think you could handle it? I wouldn't have expected anything else from a cleric. I have the energy regulator here. Please, take it to Lutz and help him to install it. Come back to me when you're done.
Okay. All part of the plan. Still haven't run into this Alois cat. He's supposed to be a bit of a psychopath.
Am I crazy, or is our generator...
You know, you're the first one to understand that.
What are you doing here, Beth?
I take... Wait,
I know enough to work on Max.
you do? Maybe we could take you on in a permanent position here in the city.
Do you think they would employ me?
That's true. Alois has security concerns about taking anyone who's not been in the city long enough. So, yeah, maybe I should look for someone else. On the other hand, if you're looking for some part-time work, I could still use your help. I have 4 people I've been told I should look at for taking the technician's job, but I don't have time to gauge their abilities. Would that be something you could do for me? I'd pay you.
Yeah, I'll talk to your candidates.
Great. The 4 names I have are Daryl, Naira, Rorik, and Riley. Though I'm really not sure about Riley. There's something about him I don't trust. But speak to each of them and let me know whether you think they might have the right skills and abilities for the job. Oh, and I'll need you to let me know about their loyalties. You know, can they work with clerics? Do they hate us? We'd be trusting them with the mechs and AI that defend the Dome City. So I don't want to employ
Hey, buddy,
anyone
we're
who
talking
might
here.
still be thinking about their faction, not our security.
About the candidates for technician,
Yes?
what do you know about Rorik?
Rorik is a berserker. I think I last saw him somewhere around Vito's pub. It might seem weird to consider a berserker, but I was one once. And I know Rorik used to work extracting ELEX from machines in Goliath, so he knows about technology. And I think I could teach him everything else that he needs to know. And it would show that we were reaching out to the berserkers who have come to the Dome City. Their magic is very powerful, and they're strong warriors. We will need their help if the elves attack us from Zagor. But it'll be important to find out if he's prepared to have anything to do with technology before we think of offering him the job.
Tell me about Naira.
Naira is an elf separatist, so a bit of a long shot for loyalty. But she should have the technical ability we need. She's somewhere in the west of the city with the
Yep,
other
we met
separatists in the
Naira.
slums.
You want to employ a separatist as a technician?
We need someone, and I don't think your faction always says who you are. Elves are usually very good with technology, but you're right. I don't know if we can trust her.
Tell me about Daryl.
Daryl is an outlaw. He's applied to be a technician, but I don't know why. So I want to know his motives and what his technical experience
I don't trust Daryl.
I'm hoping you can get that information. If he's skilled and trustworthy, then employing him might show that we do trust outlaws here. But I don't know that much about him. I don't even know where to find him.
That's it. I'm going.
Alright, so basically you just get 200 experience for
Thoughts are who
that
we
check.
truly are. Thought
Yeah, I guess they are. Thoughts are who we truly are. Yeah. Taking your oil lamp.
Just go. You should go.
Whoa.
For you.
What are you angry about, dude? I was just perusing. Not looking for cruising for a perusing.
What? Who's there? It's about time.
Better for you.
I love it. They get so angry. There's lightning damage. Alright, let's work our way back. Talk to Gottfried. Scientist analogy. That's new. No, it isn't new. Plus one bookworm. Plus 2 crafting. Okay. Thought it was new. Apparently we had one. Now we have 2. Hey, boo-boo. Now we got 2.
Just a moment. I have to concentrate. 43 degrees eastwards at a distance of 5 kilometers. Maybe I could adjust the receiver's sensitivity to... No. Although,
Should I come back later?
No. I've already lost my train of thought. I would have hoped a cleric would have had more consideration. But, crap. I don't suppose you can remember what I said. How many degrees was it?
43 degrees eastwards.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Thank you for reminding me.
I assume you are in charge of communications?
You aren't just a good listener, you're good at observation, too. Yes, I am responsible for communications. Though the condition of this equipment is wretched, it would be easier to stay in contact with 2 tin cans and a piece of string. I can't keep track of how often we have power outages or equipment failures these days. But I have really given you enough of my time now. I do have to work out a solution to this issue. If you feel the need to talk to someone, go and try Vito. Innkeepers are known for their chatter.
Where can I find Vito?
Look around out for the rat hole of a dive serving alcohol. There are 2 things Vito lives for. Alcohol and conversation. Well, that and the shards to pay for them. I digress. Go now and seek him out and leave me to my thinking.
You did well.
Thank you. For an affirmation for being able to... Whoa, what is all that? What is all that? Holy crap, I want whatever's down there. Looks like a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Curious, sir.
Is there something urgent? I have a lot to do, as you can imagine. This city does not run itself. So, please excuse me if I'm short with you. This city is made up of a whole mass of confusion. Everyone looking for a new start. No one able to forget their past. They need a leader to hold things together.
Leadership and a strong faith.
Correct. That is what distinguishes a true cleric. That is why I'm glad both of us are on the same page. Everyone here wants something. Whatever you're searching for, it will only add to the list of demands we already face. And providing for the people we already have is a logistical challenge. That means to accommodate everyone, we're on strict rations, and those rations have to be earned.
I wouldn't have expected the clerics to care so much for others. You're doing good work here.
Some of our brothers turned away from our oath. They believed the Hort and Unadon must come before anything else. But what is a cause without conviction?
How long have you been in charge of the Dome City?
I've been in office for 8 years now, and it hasn't been easy. Maintaining a neutral position to the factions while fighting the Albs. By Kalan, there really are more pleasant posts they could have appointed me to.
What if someone wanted to replace you?
Some have tried. Yet I am still here. This city was created by the Great Council of Magalan. They made the clerics custodians of this place and their legacy. The Great Council may be long gone, but what they stood for, a unity of purpose, a future for all of Magalan together, that is something we still believe in here.
It's the tradition position, folks.
Remain neutral. It is our job to serve all, no matter their background, however hard our residents make it for us.
How are things here in the Dome City?
Tense. The battles out there are always reflected in here. Tensions run high if the outlaws attack the clerics, or the clerics attack the berserkers. And there's always the fear of an Alb invasion. Those tensions drive greed, anger, and fear. There is war out there, and here your shards will be stolen from your hand if you aren't careful. It's like the world has gone crazy.
Why have things become so bad?
Yes, a whole host of reasons. Maybe it would help you if I tell you how things are. The berserkers have lived more and more reclusively ever since the pilgrim went into his retreat.
The outlaws are more organized now the Duke has taken power, and the Alb separatists seek shelter with us to escape the powers in Zakor. All told, very dark signs that we face another global catastrophe. And here we are, in the middle.
Are you having a lot of trouble here in the city?
Keeping the factions together is always an issue. The outlaws are always up to something, but things have gotten worse, and to cap it all, we've had a sharp rise in thefts. I believe an organized group has started operating here. Not the usual outlaws. This group seems to be outside the factions. From the little I've heard, they're more like a secret society than your regular set of theft mongers. I've offered a large bounty for any information that leads to their capture. And capture would be best. I want to find out who their connections are. If you can find out more about this secret society, I can make you rich.
Listen, the council is gone. Why care about what they said?
You don't think that was a better time? Laws for prisoner exchange that assured borders, set rules for trade. Even if you don't care about the blood spilled since the council's rule was broken, the clerics swore to a code, and that includes keeping our oaths. And an oath was sworn to the council by my forefathers. That makes it my duty to see that oath is kept.
Is there something I can help you with?
We all need help at times. You must have noticed that the mood is very heated here. One more issue, one wobble, and everything we've held together here will fall to pieces. One of my people has reported that the outlaws are expecting a weapons delivery. The last thing that this city needs is more weapons. And who knows who the outlaws will sell them to. I want you to intercept this delivery and bring it to me.
About the outlaws' weapons delivery. You've been using informers to try and catch them?
Of course. Information is key to keeping the peace. But there are always things you miss. And missing things leads to nasty surprises. And I'd rather be the one dealing those out than receiving.
I'm not trusting the outlaws.
When it comes to outlaws, are you going to show me that you are the exception?
I'm not ready to burn bridges yet. I wonder what's down there. We're less about what's down there. I can see what's down there. I just want to know how to get down there.
How many people have we lost? And you still think that? You're an idiot. Don't think you can steal anything here. Hey, come over here. Let's get a drink together.
What are we celebrating?
Victory over the Alps! Or do you have another reason to celebrate? Because any reason works for me.
I believe.
Drink up. Drink up to the end of our days. Here, my friend, to what's coming. And now, tell me about your glorious deeds. Or have you just been sitting on your ass, letting others fight the beasts of Zakor for you?
I've done more fighting than a barfly like you.
Ha! You have to have balls to challenge me like that. Here, you've earned something to drink.
All right.
Why aren't you in a den with the other berserkers?
Fuck the berserkers. I don't have anything more in common with them. They would have exiled me to the valley sooner or later, so I beat them to the punch and left. Fuck them and their laws.
I agree.
Much easier.
Screw them.
And if you want to earn something for nothing, try fighting one of the outlaws here in the Dome City. Those assholes always come off worse. Just ask Riley. He knows it's time for him to take another beating.
Why do you want me to fight Riley?
It's about time someone pays him a visit. Now, you're the one to do it. That lying shit is telling people I killed a family out in the Badlands. Total fucking bullshit. I killed 5 families out in the Badlands. Parading around out there. Hardly a weapon between them. Like they wanted to die. Those dipshits got themselves killed. And now Riley spread it all around the dome. He's even got some of the guards believing his yammer. But if someone else would have shut him up, I'd be in the clear. And those guards would be off my back. Take care of him, and I'll make it worth your while.
Where did you last see Riley?
Well,
See what Riley has to say.
there were 2 of him. I was too drunk to deal with the bastard. And the guards didn't waste a second to get me away from him. But my guess is he must be under the dome somewhere shitting himself.
That was great.
Thank you. You're just so positively positive. That was great. Attention thieves. What about me?
No. Too easy.
Did I invite you?
Yes.
You little thief!
No. 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 No, it just gets worse. There's nothing to steal in there anyways.
I saw you.
You saw me what?
I saw how you came through into the dome. Who are you? Why were you allowed in?
I was an Alb once.
Fuck. What is this, an invasion? Can't you all just go back to Zakor? What do you have to keep coming here for?
I'm gonna let everybody know I was an
Your
Alb.
kind back there in the city. You can go and do whatever it is you Albs do together. But don't get used to it. None of you will be staying long. But before you go, you better tell me what you want here, Alb.
What do you have against the Separatists?
We came here for peace, to escape the war. How long will that last if more Alps keep coming here? Zakor has left us alone recently. You think they will if they know all their escapees are coming here? Idan? Ignadon? Fuck it, even Tavar. At some point, if they learn that Albs are sheltering here, then they might attack us even if Zakor doesn't. And you can tell me whatever you want about us having the same goals, or the same enemy. But you really expect me to believe you Albs are going to choose us over other Albs? I don't care that people vote to let you. If it was up to me, we would be better off if you lot were thrown out of the city.
Who are you?
Caleb. I lead the Berserkers who've chosen to settle here in Odessa.
Does that mean you're exiles?
Well, none of us are allowed to return to Eden now. Or we just end up being sent to the valley.
So yes.
That's why they came here.
Yes, you're exiles.
While the first settlers were sent to Odessa to plant a world heart to expand the forest of Eden out here. But they were cut off from Eden by the Alps, left on their own to survive. And after a while, they decided to keep it that way. The warlords in Goliath weren't happy. But they're stretched too thin for another conflict, so here we are. And since they settled here, others have joined us. Some are escaped exiles, others just chose to leave Eden.
You want to have all the Separatists thrown out of the city?
Yeah. And you know what? I have already started to make it happen. It's easy to find ways to show you people have broken the rules of our agreement. But hey, I have a way you can avoid the same fate. You could do as a service here. You could prove your humanity. Are you prepared to do that?
Do you think you're even able? I'm not helping you get rid of the Separatists.
Once an alb, always an alb. I don't know why I thought you... Well, you've just shortened the time you have here. We'll enjoy your...
Maybe we should find out what he's just saying. See what happens if I say I'm a cleric.
I'm a cleric.
I should have known clerics wouldn't follow their own rules. This city is supposed to be sealed. No one is supposed to be allowed in. But I suppose you clerics should be allowed some privileges as thanks for offering us all protection. I wouldn't want to have to deal with the outlaws. End up with a city here like the fort in Tavar? No thanks. Not to mention the damn separatists here. They may say they're not elves anymore.
You are separate from the Berserkers in Udan?
We have kept our beliefs, but left behind the laws. We have set our own rules here. Well, none of us are allowed to return to Edan now. As to why they came here, well, the first settlers were sent to Abessa to plant a world heart to expand the forest of Edan out here. But they were cut off from Edan by the elves, left on their own to survive. And after a while, they decided to keep it that way. The warlords in Goliath weren't happy. But they're stretched too thin for another conflict, so here we are. And since they settled here, others have joined us. Some are escaped exiles, others just chose to leave Edan.
What do you have against the Separatists?
They are coming here, to our city. The only city with a real chance of peace among the factions. If it was up to me, then we would make sure these elves went somewhere else. They might say we have the same goal, the same enemy, but I don't believe a word of what they say. Who says they are spies sent here to deactivate the dome? They can't be trusted.
You want to have all the Separatists thrown out of the city?
Yeah. And you know what? I'll recruit... We have an eyewitness who claims to have seen the Separatists exchanging information with the elves. Traitorous bastards.
Who is this eyewitness?
The Berserker Jorg saw Fenk
it's that.
in front of the city. Why would they meet if it wasn't to exchange
Okay, that's how we need Caleb.
Sadly, Jorg is the only one who's seen Fenk. And now he started saying he isn't sure he really saw Fenk meet an elf from Zekor. So I have to jog Jorg's memory. Or make sure he stops denying what he said. There has to be a way to do that.
You don't think that Jorg could have been wrong in the first place?
No, never. You can't trust these separatists. They'll betray us sooner or later for sure. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning.
Alright folks, I'm going to call it here. This is going to be a short one. And we'll continue. I think we've done our rounds and picked up everybody's missions for the most part. Now we just need to conclude them all. But, hope you all have been enjoying it. Yeah, this is going to be a short one for now. We'll get back to it though. Maybe some of the longer form video. Looks like there's a lot of different moving parts going on. And we'll find out the hidden secret of all that stuff that's underneath Alois's little palace. Kind of curious to see what that's about. My subscribers, y'all stay awesome and have an amazing day. And you drive by Rubneck Computers, I will catch you next time. Until then, you all have a good morning, a good afternoon, most importantly, a good night.